everyone, today I'm at KD Motorcycles with the master technician here from KTM, test riding the beautiful brand new for 2023 Duke 790. This is a brand new motorcycle. I mean, I know it sounds like it's the same from, you know, a couple years ago that KTM has just upgraded to the 890, but this is a brand new concept. So why don't we get started with a quick sound check. And so here I am on the brand new 2023 KTM 790 Duke, and first impressions is that the seating position is very similar to the 890 Duke that I've ridden a couple of months ago. So definitely go check out the test ride review. There's a link down in the description below. Now, talking about the seating position here, you're sitting not completely upright. The handlebar position is a little more forward, so then you can assume a bit more of an aggressive seating position. The foot peg position is quite aggressive as well, just so then you have that sporty seating position and be as aggressive as you can be really on the road. The Duke range from KTM is spectacular. I think they have amazing bikes in their range. They feel so agile, so compact, and so sport focused, and that's what I like about KTM in general. Now, let's get on the highway here and let's see what it feels like on the highway here. Now, as you can imagine, it gets up to speed so quickly. I don't know what's going on with this dashboard here, but obviously it's all blurred out, but we're definitely going below the speed limit. It cuts wind pretty good as well for a standard naked machine. The wind protection is obviously non-existent, but can you actually ride this bike on the highway? And that's why I wanted to get this segment over and done with straight away, just so that I could see whether or not this is a suitable bike for highway riding. And you know what, you could definitely do it. If you sit just at about 70 miles an hour, you're going just over 4,500 RPM, and the bike is very smooth. You can see pretty well behind you with these stock mirrors as well, and overtaking is just as quick as this. It's definitely a scalpel. The theme carries on in the 790 Duke. Just like the 890 Duke, this new 790 Duke is just as sharp. The parallel twin engine is so punchy and powerful. Now, we just set it in sport mode. We'll see what difference that actually makes. Oh, you've got to hang on. The quick shifter is lovely though, but you do have to hang on. The power comes in really nicely in this bike. Highway riding on the 790 Duke was actually quite surprising and pleasant. And then coming to a stop here, can reach the ground very easily. I'm 6 foot tall, so it's got very low seat height anyway, so it wouldn't be a problem for most people. Oh, the quick shifter. Oh, and the quick shifter just shifted for me at about 3,000 RPM. Well, that's great, man. That's just nice. You know that on some bikes, quick shifter it's not gonna do anything unless you're over about 5,000 to 6,000 RPM. It's just, you know what? It just said, I got you. You know, you can shift. It's all good. Ooh. Oh yeah. You're better off switching to a different mode though when you're in town, because obviously sport mode does have just a slight amount of on and off. Now let's find some twisties, shall we? And have some fun. Right. Okay, so low fuel. We better give this one back, don't we? I mean, we still have the WP Apex suspension setup. Obviously those are slightly different elements to the ones that are on the 890, but they still feel, you know, relatively good, and there's a nice feel here at the front, you know, for the price point and the type of bike that this is. It's very nice. It's actually, you can do quite a lot with this bike. I mean, you could probably take it on the track and just have as much fun as you would on an 890, you know. The 890R is a different beast altogether, but this 790 is definitely a bike that you have to consider. I mean, just having some fun in the twisties here, and the bike is, you know, as good as it can be. At the back, the single shock actually made sure that the bike was as stable as it could be, you know, in the twisties. And at the front, there's not much diving. I love that KTM has kept that DNA intact on the 790 as well. But yeah, going back on the suspension setup, I really like it. I mean, I'm obviously going to flip it back now to a different riding mode, perhaps street, because in town the throttle response is a little jerky for my liking, so I much prefer it having it in street. Now, after riding on a highway and finding out exactly what it's like on sort of fast roads, it's time to have a little look here at slow speeds and traffic. It's a very lightweight bike, so I'm sure it's going to handle very well. The throttle response in street mode here in town is a lot better than sport mode. So while we're here, let's talk a little bit about the KTM 790 Juke's competitors, and one comes to mind, and that is the brand new Honda Hornet. That's a bike that I'm going to test ride very soon as well, and I'll bring you an in-depth comparison as well. And so this pretty much brings us to the end of this test ride review, guys. So let me know in the comments below what you think about this 790 Juke offering from KTM. The price point. Would you rather have this or the Honda Hornet? Now that I'm taking it back to KD Motorcycles, I actually had quite a lot of fun on this bike, more fun than I thought I would. So what did I most like about this bike? So I love just how the suspension feels on this bike. Even though it is a budget-friendly alternative to the 890 Juke, this bike actually feels like it's a premium KTM bike. It doesn't feel like, you know, all the parts are made in China, that sort of thing. And now blinged up with all these KTM power parts here from KD Motorcycles, you definitely cannot tell the difference at all. So does the engine feel underpowered compared to the 890? I mean, yeah, a little bit. Obviously, if you're nitpicking here, you definitely feel that there's a lack of power, especially in the higher RPM. But besides that, the exhaust note is lovely. The quick shifter works absolutely great. And yeah, this parallel twin engine is just fabulous, I think, in my opinion. And you can have a lot of fun on this bike on the road, on the track, if you wish to do so as well. So definitely come check it out here at KD Motorcycles. Come for a test ride. There's going to be a link down in the description below if you want to learn more about this bike and or KD Motorcycles itself. And there's plenty from KTM to choose from for your demo ride. But this is all I got for you guys on the 790 Juke. Now, don't forget to leave a comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.